Do you love old cars and trucks? Join us on Bring 'em Back to Life, where we search the salvage yards and backyards of America to find that gold mine of a parts car or that restorable gem in the rough. Come with us down memory lane as we elevate the status of our salvage yards to outdoor museums of automobile history.
Hello, my name's Steve Bell.
And what's that right behind you there, Steve?
Right there, that's a 67 Barracuda project that I've been working on. It's kind of a special car. It's a Formula S 383 4-speed, and they make quite a few of them with automatics, but a 4-speed was really rare. And it's an 80,000 mile New Mexico car, has absolutely no rust on it. We have all the original parts to put it back together, we hope.
and who's your mascot here, Steve?
Oh, that's Gray Dog. I found her, she was found up here at the gas station, and I adopted her, or she adopted me, I guess. She doesn't get very far away from me anymore either.
And what's the story behind this beautiful old coupe here?
This car was restored back in the 80s, and it was put into storage in 92, was the last license plate on it. And I bought it from some people in El Paso, Texas, who had inherited it, and it had about 2 inches of dirt on it, and the white walls were yellow. It took us quite a while to clean it up. We put new water pumps on it, and runs and drives. It's got mechanical brakes on it, so it doesn't stop real well. You got to be kind of careful when you're out cruising in it. It's a flathead V8 with a 3-speed. Got a plaque here that this shows how it started and what's what on it and what they did. It was pretty much a piece of rust when they found it, and they did the restoration on it.
Well, and Steve, that's what this show is about. It's called Bring 'em Back to Life, and you find stuff like that and make stuff like this out of it.
Right, right.
Thank you for offering to show us some of your cars, and like you said, we'll provide the phone number. If people are interested in any of the vehicles, they can contact you.
Okay, that'll be good.
Thank you. Now you're going to introduce your sidekick who helps you sell cars.
This is Shelley. Her husband helps me in the shop, making sure nothing's leaking, and Shelley tries to sell them.
So we've seen these in here, and we got some stories, Shelley. So you're going to take us around other places on the property here, and the town we're in is Elephant Butte?
Elephant Butte. Elephant Butte, New Mexico.
New Mexico. So we'll go outside now and look at other vehicles that are not pristine or projects like that awesome Barracuda. You want to tell me a little bit about this Plymouth right here before we go out?
I don't know if this one's for sale.
It's not really finished yet. We're still got to finish the interior. It's got a new paint job. We've got the motor in it is a 440. Now, originally when we got it, it had a 383, and we put a 440 in it. The interior, we've got all the parts, we just haven't got it put together yet.
And this is a 70, right?
70 Roadrunner, yeah. This is the pride and joy of our collection. It's a 36 3-window. It's got Mercedes leather, air conditioning, everything you have in a modern car. And this is a $100,000 car, this one right here. It's got a rumble seat. Got the deal for the trunk that you haul back here. Back in those days, they didn't have suitcases, they used trunks.
That's right. And here's the mother-in-law seat.
Yeah, right.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is a really beautiful car. I was really lucky to get a hold of this one.
That's gorgeous.
Do you know the story on this as far as restoration? Is it a local?
No, I have a placard on it. I don't have it here though, it's at my house, but it was built in California. It's all factory. It's 4-bar suspension in the rear. It's, you know, it's got every trick you can have. Disc brakes. You know, there's not anything it really doesn't have. You know, it's the guy that owned it before me wanted to buy a ranch, and he was needing some money, so he sold me the car.
So this one would be really considered a street rod.
Right, yeah.
An all original body with modern drivetrain.
Exactly, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, Shelley,
Are we ready?
now outside.
Let's go. Remember me at all. You're the boss.
I'm gonna get my hat.
Okay. Most of these cars don't run right now. In fact, I would say 90%, 95%. A lot of them are ready to be restored though. Obviously, this is just very cute, very neat to have out here. It would be a lot of work, it would be a lot of restoration, but there are some really unique projects out here. What year is this, Steve?
68.
68.
Nova SS.
Chevelle.
Chevelle, sorry.
Chevelle, yeah.
Yep,
So that was someone's project that didn't get done.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's everything to restore. It's inside of it. There's a box in there, transmission and everything's in the trunk,
Uh-huh.
and it just needs a motor.
Motor.
And that was the first year for the 307. They're not that hard to find, but why go back to it when there's newer
Right.
stuff?
Then what we have over here are a pair of goats.
69s?
I believe they are. This one only, I believe, needs a carburetor, and it could be running. It's not far off from being
Street ready.
street ready.
Right.
So this would make a great parts car, or if someone really wanted to take it on.
Well, if that's a rust-free New Mexico car, that's a lot better than a parts car.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
but-
you know, some options here.
yes,
So
yes.
That's kind of a special car right there. It's got the 426 with a 4-speed, and the 4-speed's in the trunk, and it's pretty much all there, but it's awful rough.
Well,
But
that's not rough in New England.
no, there's no rust on it.
New England means have your fenders missing.
Yeah, there's not any rust on any of these really. A lot of them. That's what I look for: is solid New Mexico cars.
Yes. Now, is that a 69? That model that's
These are both 68,
68s, okay.
and that's also a GTO. It doesn't have
The emblems in the grill is
right.
missing. Yep.
That's got the his and her shifter. It's got a 400 turbo 400 tranny in it.
And that was the same one they offered in Oldsmobile, wasn't it? The his and hers.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, same shifter.
Right.
Everything.
Right. Okay.
It's got the horseshoe type shifter.
Okay. In fact, I might show that because a lot of people aren't familiar with it or don't remember it.
Right.
It's just that I'm a novelist when it comes to the 60s and 50s. There. That's the his and hers. Move the lever around, but don't have to step on a clutch.
Might show the inside of the floors in that. That's the way cars are that grow up here in New Mexico. They stay pretty nice.
Oh, that's what they look like.
Yeah, they got floors in them.
Yeah, that's your that's the first thing you gotta replace.
I see one valuable 59 Ford and one for parts.
Right, Christine. Yeah, there's a little
That's a
saver.
4-door hardtop.
Look at that rocker panel, how clean that paint is. Yep.
That was gonna be my lowrider until La Bamba come along. And we'll show you La Bamba here in a while.
Oh, La Bomba? Okay.
Oh, Chevy?
These early F100s,
Yeah.
very popular. That one's the heavy duty, but you can put that body on a lot of chassis and modernize that. They're all international, not too many of those left on the road. That beautiful little camper special.
Isn't that beautiful?
Look at that little camper.
That's one of my favorites right here.
Wow, that is nice.
Is that a 64?
61.
Or one? Same nose that get me every time.
You're a lousy guesser.
Well, I've been doing pretty good, a year or two.
Yeah, you've been wrong.
My cousin's a
Please don't
comedian.
hold on.
Almost ready. I got like 4 bolts to do. And this head's coming off. Battery box is in the way. I can't get that.
Yeah.
So. Now with that, you can't feel if there's a problem. If this, we feel it dragging, and you know something's wrong. And you have to take it easy and make it re-oil it or whatever it is. You ever strip them? Then you got a heel going on. Then, it ain't even gunked up that bad. You know how it's usually all gunked up in there?
Yeah.
Look at the bolts. It's not bad.
Well, I mean, that is clean.
You know, I mean,
This thing's been apart. I don't think it's got original 90,000 on it. I've seen enough 265s.
yeah, right. Yeah,
They're all gummed up and
gummed up, man.
loaded with oil that's burnt and
Yeah.
cooked.
Cooked. Beyond cooked.
And all that nice green antifreeze is running out of
Are there
there.
any
So
dogs around here or cats?
his dog doesn't come this far.
Okay.
He's got one of those collars on and
Oh, yeah.
he knows where to stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That green stuff will
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah.
It's another reason I use Amsoil in all of mine. Because if it leaks, it doesn't hurt anything. Picks up my wallet.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We're gonna change the battery on the camera.
All right.
All right, Roger, go for it.
All
Let's
right.
see what we got in there. That didn't take much.
Yeah.
We found the culprit.
Whoa. Well. Definitely rust and water, and the rings ain't moving. That thing ain't gonna move without some serious work. Wow. No sense even pulling the other head.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, that's what we needed to find out,
It
so
needs to come out, unfortunately.
yeah, we'll finish the job.
It might be able to be saved.
Yep.
As
Yep.
long as the block ain't cracked like unfortunately mine was. And my good friend Dennis is gonna help me out. Sometimes the lifters rust right in the boards, but look at this. I could take this one out with my fingers.
Well, that's,
Look at that.
yep, yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
These ones where the mice were might be done. This one's moving, so it ain't that bad. It's the rings and the pistons.
Right, right. Well, we're still looking for sponsors to bring them back to life. If we had a sponsor that did a machine work, we'd ask them to go through this engine, get some new rings and parts and put it back together, but right now, temporarily, we're gonna stick another 56 265 block in here that we know is good. It's not a power pack, but it's an original 56 block, and it'll bring it back to life, and that's what we do here. So that's the route we gotta go at this time. And then in the future, if somebody can take this exact block and go through it for us, we'll put it back in this car so it's original.